Og was a hunter-gatherer. He spent many, many months out in the savannah with the other hunter-gatherers, using his expert skills to hunt and gather. On retirement, Og realised there was none of the equipment available to the ordinary cave people for their hunting survival. So he went to the back of his cave and he spent many months redesigning and re-engineering the equipment that he'd used over many, 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 many moons. So what did he come up with? He came up with this, the log. Now this log is superb. It can be used for defence. If you find yourself attacked by a saber-toothed tiger, you can beat it over the head until it's dead. Not so efficient on a woolly mammoth, but it can be carried covertly inside your skins, not a problem at all. It can be used for gathering mates, and it can even be used to signal in an emergency. This stick is superb. This has been brought to you by Cro-Magnon Surplus Supplies. Now, the other bonuses with this stick is, if you find yourself, as we all have, on that day, entering a new cave, not knowing if there's a bear or a saber-toothed tiger at the back, you can set fire to your stick and carry it into the cave, giving you light for many, many feet in front of you, so that you can see if there is danger there. Yes, the stick, just from Cro-Magnon Supplies. And if you buy this stick as a one-time offer only, we will give you pointy stick.
No way.
Yes, get the pointy stick. Can be used for digging, pointing and sticking. So get your stick and pointy stick from Cro-Magnon Supplies today at a one-off discount price. 3 pebbles, 1 skin. Phone Pangaea 909090 now to get your one-off deal. Hi guys, welcome to Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mick here. Well, I'm up the woods with Mac. It's been absolutely atrocious, the weather the last few days in the UK. In fact, the last 2 weeks in the UK, been one nightmare after the other. Storm, Babette and that. We've had torrential rain last night. We've got torrential rain coming in again tonight. In fact, we've just had a yellow weather warning for this area. So again, those of you that sit there and go, oh, I don't want the alert app. Yeah, I'd rather be advised and know what's coming. So, what we're going to do, well, I'm up the woods and I'm going to make a brew. So today's just a little one up the woods with me and Mac, chatting about things. We're basically more off camera than we're on camera, because Mac's my mate, and he was one of the first people to go, mate, stop. Alright, you need a break. You need to just rein yourself back a bit. Not so much from the YouTube thing, but just life in general. Okay, so yeah, please bear with me. So what we're going to talk about? Well, firstly, my favourite little bush box. This is the cheap Amazon bush box. Okay, this I've had now for well over a year. It's been used regularly. It's been abused regularly. It comes out in the kit all the time, and quite often off camera, this is the thing that's going in the background making dinner, brew, whatever we want. I'm going to fire this up now. The ground's sodden, it's been wet for days, and I'm going to make cowboy coffee. All right, just something nice, simple, pleasant for us to enjoy. So we're going to go back to simple fire lighting techniques. We're going to go a bit bushcrafty, a bit survival, and get this done. Get this done. So because you all like to see it, we'll go back with the ferro rod, cotton wool balls, bit of tinder, and I've gathered some twigs off of the beaches, and it's the hung up stuff that's been high up in the beaches. It's the tips that are wind blown, they've died, they've dropped, they get hung up off the ground. Now the bonus is they're hung up off the ground so they get a bit of air drying. However, we've had 2 weeks of solid rain, so this is a bit of a challenge today. 2 weeks of solid rain, everything in the wood is sodden. Can I make a fire? Okay, can I make a brew? Take my little plastic bag apart, which keeps me dry. So I'm going to place that in there. It's just going to take a little bit of preparation. So So we're going to take this nice damp twig, break off the tips, because they're nice and small, and because they're nice and small, they should dry fairly quickly. Place that on the cotton wool there. I've got in my tinder pouch, I've got a little bit of silver birch, I've got some shavings in there, so again I'm going to use that as well. Now, what we're going to do it with the ferro rod for the fun of it, and it's difficult to get inside the bush box with that, but hey, there we go. Oh yeah! Let's drop a bit of tinder on there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Smothered it. No, I haven't smothered it. Here we go. Bit of silver birch. Another bit of cotton wool, why not? Another bit of silver birch. There we go. Bit of tinder, and as you see, I'm not panicking. There's no rush, there's no panic. Nice fine twigs on that. Stop building it up. Right, so the great thing with this little bush box is, one, it's off the ground. Two, it's a directional heat source, so the air comes in underneath, channels the heat through. So even when you've got damp wood, which we have at the moment, you're going to get a directional heat source, which is a bonus. It helps things to dry, it helps things to, or it helps to concentrate the heat in a direction. Now, I'm going to make us a very simple cowboy coffee or camp coffee. So we're going to place that on the top. This is just a little enamel jug, a little cheap one. Okay, I know it's not my usual bushcrafting gear, but it's a coffee pot. So we're making coffee. Going to use grinds. Okay, got no filters. Don't need filters. Do not need filters for making coffee. Go back to the old-fashioned techniques, use their methods. Some of you already know this, have seen videos on what people call cowboy coffee. This was made popular by Kent Rollins, who is a cowboy. But again, this technique's been used for years and years and years and years by many, many people. Now, this bush box, why this today? The reason this today is we're coming up to our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Okay, so I've got two items to give away. One is going to be the survival pack. It's very similar to what we did before. We should have some basic first aid, some basic survival tools in it, all in a nice little mold package. I've already shown that, demonstrated that. The other thing I'm going to give away is one of these. Okay, one of these bush boxes. Now, so they're going to go out to my subscribers. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, 2 people will be chosen at random, and those 2 people will get those items, or one of those items each. Okay, so one of you get the bush box, and one of you get the kit. Now, all you got to do to be chosen is subscribe. It's going to be a random selection. It'll be off a number generator. Okay, so basically 1 to 1,000. Hit the number generator, go through the list, that's how you'll get selected. So everybody's got a fair chance. The other thing is, this is purely being done as a thank you to my subscribers. And as I've said before, if I could actually shake everybody's hand, get you all together, sure as hell I would. If I could give every single one of you one of these, sure as hell I would. I can't afford it. Okay, so what we'll be doing is somebody will be winning this kit. Now, if you've already got all your gear and you're not interested, let me know. Send me a comment and say, it's okay Mick, I've already got that. Okay, but if you're interested, send me a comment and just say, count me in. Okay, you'll get a reply, you're in. Okay, simple as that, on the comments. Okay, so let me know if you're interested. Those will be coming up. Other than that, what can we talk about today? Well, basic bushcraft, basic survival skills. Well, you're out here in the woods, you can make a fire, you can make a coffee, you can rig a shelter. It's not a problem, not an issue. We've been coming through our 101 series, and we've covered tarps and shelters. One of the things I would like to go back to and cover for people is some of the primitive skills that can be used today. Old-fashioned techniques that have just faded away with time. Old-fashioned methods. So we're going to go back to some of those. We're going to look at some of those, see how they can be used in the modern world, see how they can be used in an emergency, and see how they can be used for everyday use, for your everyday walk, what you should have with you. Sounds wrong, that. Shouldn't be saying what you should have with you, what I would carry, what I would have. Okay, so we're going to go back to some of these things. Then we're going to go into tools and equipment. We're going to go into basic, simple tools and equipment that can make your life in the bushcraft and survival world a lot better. We're going to cover knives, axes and so on, a bit more in depth than we have done in the past, and we're also going to cover the care of these items, okay, looking after them, because again, with any tool, it's how you look after it. That's what really makes it, that's what keeps it going. It's no good having the greatest knife in the world if you don't keep it sharp. It's no good having a knife that's rusty, okay, that's just going to lead you becoming very, very ill if you have an accident. So some basic care, and for those of you that already know these things, yeah, look at it as a bit of a refresher, because it's aimed not people that don't know anything, it's just sharing skills, technologies, ideas, methods or methodologies. Waffling now. Let's get this coffee off. So the coffee's come to the boil. It's been boiling for about 5-10 minutes. We'll take that off the heat, watching ourselves on the handle, and as you see where I've set the pot up, the handle's in the cool air, so I can take a grip on the handle. And again, initially when you touch it, just check you're not going to burn yourself. The last thing you want to do. Take that coffee off, and that's just finished or just come off of a boil. It's nice and hot. And you then want to take some cold water. Now start off with the spout, trickle it down the spout, and a little bit around the edges, and what that does, that sinks the grinds. Okay, so the grinds sink away to the bottom. And the proof of the pudding, let's take out my little brew kit. Put it on the cup. That's my little one-man emergency brew kit. That goes with me absolutely everywhere. Hexy tablets, little one-man stove. So we should now be able to pour that, and there should be the minimum amount of grinds. Now the knack is to pour it slowly and gently. And all the grinds will be at the bottom. Now unfortunately I've no sugar with me today, but gosh, it's not too bitter. Could have had some more. Got me on camera right. Alright guys, Mickey here, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. So yeah, submission time from me really in a way. Yeah, the channel's doing fine and everything's going great there. My life should be brilliant. Should be going great guns, but I'm struggling a little bit, and I can't put my finger on why I'm struggling. I'm not going to use terms like PTSD and so on, or depression, because it's not. I don't know whether it's viral or what, but the last 2 weeks I've been struggling. I've been struggling with my focus. I can't seem to get my mojo going, and it's been difficult. It has been very difficult trying to make videos and to do the things I've got to do in life. So it's been a bit of a struggle. And I've come up here today with Mac. I've laid my heart open to him. He's an old friend who knows me very, very well, and we've had a chat. But just being out here today, just being out here in the woods, sunlight, bit of fresh air, simple thing like a fire, has made me feel a little bit more positive, a little bit more relaxed. It's brought the tension down a little bit. So again, this is something that helps people. It's one of the reasons we like to get out. It's why so many people want and crave to get out into the natural environment, is because it is good for you, and I know that. It helps me. it helps me to chill, helps me to relax, helps me to get to where I need to be. What I intend to do in the next few weeks is I need to get away for a few days. I need to just get off on my own, nobody else, just somewhere where I can just get my head together. Now please don't worry, there's no issues, I'm not going to harm myself, there's nothing there like that. However, it just need to focus myself a little bit more, re-energise myself, I suppose, recharge the batteries, refresh. Yeah, so again, one of the things we want to do with this channel, we all suffer with these problems, and we all know what they are, and we all know how to deal with them. If any of you are struggling out there, if any of you are suffering out there, you know, don't hold it all into yourself. Speak to your friends, share it. Okay, that's the first tip I'll give you. Being up here with Mac, just saying to him, mate, do you know what, I'm struggling, I'm finding it a bit difficult, got no energy, lethargy, bit aimless, yeah, and having him say, it's alright mate, don't worry about it, yeah, you're here, got you need a break, you need a rest. That helped big time. So any of you guys out there watching this, if you are struggling, speak to somebody. And if you've got nobody to speak to, yeah, there are plenty of helplines and organisations there. Don't be afraid. People on the other side of those, 9 times out of 10, are people that have been in the same situation as yourself. And they will sit and they listen. They're not judgmental. With the channel itself, one of the things we would like to do in the future, knowing having an understanding of these problems and these issues, is to set up something where we can invite people out occasionally. Yeah, even if it's just to sit around a campfire and have a chat in the evening. Maybe come up, do a camp. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know where we can go with that. I know there are organisations already doing it, but again, it's finding those organisations and finding those people to share with. Okay. Now, when I talk about sharing, I'm not necessarily talking about any sort of therapy or coming up here, tell me about your problems and that. No, this is just a safe space. Somewhere to come, chat about bushcraft, chat about survival, chat about practical skills, chat about life, chat about the, I don't know, the colour of the moon tonight if you wanted to. You don't have to bare your heart. But sometimes just being out, talking to other people, getting yourself away from it really, really helps. And today, I know I will go back today feeling a bit more refreshed and a bit more positive and a bit more keen and eager. Okay? It helps just getting this little break. So, yeah. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know, is it worth going with and where we could go with it. Okay? Because again, nobody needs to suffer. Nobody needs to struggle on their own. It's just not worth doing. Do you reckon, Matt?
Yeah, definitely. Don't keep it to yourself.
Share it.
Do you want me to give you a cuddle, Mitch?
So yeah, we got to get on with this. Got to get this finished off, mate. Yeah, I reckon if we get a bit of snow this year, I'd like to do an overnighter in there with the old tent stove.
Yeah.
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 Bigger one.
We need to really get that sorted out before the winter comes in.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah. We'll get that organised, get it set up, get it cleared up, put the sides on it, set it up so we can put the stove straight in the back. So we've got a ready spot for the stove, and that can be for a few overnighters up here. We'll get that organised. Yeah, that's right. Job for the next few weeks, I think. We'll get that sorted. So that whole section, this whole corner here, we got access to. Well, next spring, I'm wondering about actually putting ourselves our little permanent camp down here, and then start doing our filming for down here, just down in this corner. So we've got the fence lines there, which are unfortunate, but I think if we get in here, we have a bit of a clear out in here, a bit of a thin out.
Fairly flat down here.
Yeah, it is. And I think with a bit of a clear out, a bit of a thin out, this is going to make an ideal place for doing woodland camps, because I think if we clear out some of this thin brash that's up through here, we can make several little areas where if people wanted to come down, set up a tarp shelter, even put a tent up. Yep.
This is This is just perfect camp area.
Yeah. And it's not going to take a lot clearing out. It's all thin stuff. And you've got some of these spindly trees up through here that we're going to thin out, but we've got to thin them out. You're talking about doing a what do you call it, a bender tent,
yeah,
the old tinker tent. We could use some of that for building up a tinker shelter in here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll do the tinker tent down here.
Yeah, do a tinker tent down here, clear out a central area for our own fire pit. What I'm going to do there, I'm going to have a word for our fire pit down here. I'll pick up a lorry rim, and we'll just use a lorry rim. We'll show people how to dig them in, bed it out underneath so there's no fire risk, sand it, and then you've got a fire pit. So we've then got our fire pit down here. Yeah, and we're tucked off to one side. We've got some nice trees over us and plenty of cover.
Oh, this bit here as
yeah,
well.
And just have a bit of a thin out and tidy out. Leave majority of the trees that have use, shelter and all the rest of it, but just thin out all the brush.
Little shit already, the dead shit.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of work, but
I've seen a couple over there that can.
Yeah.
A couple in there.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a couple of hazels there.
Yeah.
And the holly as well. I mean, the holly's nice and supple, we can use that. And again, it helps with regeneration of the woodland, get a bit more light in.
Clear, right, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at stuff like this, I mean, this is just had it.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hammock.
Yeah, hammocks, tarp shelters. I reckon this corner is absolutely perfect for what we want to do.
Simple.
Yeah.
Little bits of work.
Well, I think
a little bit.
that work out
Any
nice.
Dead shit, keep the rest.
Yeah. And then what we'll do as we clear it out, anything that's dead, we'll quarter it up, stack it up, build a wood store.
Yeah. We'll have to build a decent fire here because this is deep.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm thinking. Go with a lorry rim.
Get part of this shit.
Yeah, we'll go in with a lorry rim, bed that in, put it in on a sand bed, and then put a sanded area around it so there's no chance of it spreading, clear the peat back.
Back and extinguisher done the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, we chop the plant.
Yeah, so there's material we can scavenge and use there. There's a hazel there, hazel there. I mean, I'd even like to do a couple of videos on using holly's bindings. Yeah.
Well, that was the idea, that using
natural resources.
Natural resources.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that when I used to see the Tinkers doing it, they do it with all the trailers to end.
Yeah.
We could maybe get some of that.
So guys, hopefully that's a bit of an explanation for you about why the videos are a bit shortcoming just lately, and I do apologise from the bottom of my heart. However, yeah, I just got to get myself sorted, get myself back, get my steam going again, and get myself back up speed, and we will return to normal. Okie dokie. So please join us on a Sunday night, because we enjoy that. That lets me get my hair down, where we don't always cover where we don't always cover things bushcraft and survival. We basically get together. It's developed into a social Sunday, isn't it? There's no real guideline to it. We just have a chat to everybody and a laugh and a joke. We try and have a It's
any random thing you want to talk about?
any random thing you want to talk about. Basically, we get together with a group of like-minded people. Bushcraft, prepping, survival, wild camping, that's what's brought us together. But we sit and we have a laugh about all sorts of things. We cover subjects. Sometimes I might do a tale of survival, sometimes we do a bit of discovery, sometimes we just waffle about anything that comes up, and the chat is always guided by you guys. It's the subjects you bring up. Okay, so anyhow, join us on a Sunday night, 20 hours. Come along, have your say, have your giggles, have your fun. Please have your adventures, and if you're feeling a bit down, get yourself outside. Get yourself outside, get some fresh air, get a little bit of exercise, sit round a fire, it's good for you. Okay, hope you all enjoyed the skit. That took a few takes to do, but yeah, that was just something we thought would be a bit fun, based on what we're seeing in adverts just lately. But yeah, that's just our take on it and a bit of a giggle, and hopefully nobody's offended that way. So guys, be safe, take care, have fun, have your adventures, go outdoors, refresh your spirit. Yeah, rewild yourself, it's good for you. Love those you do, forgive those you don't. Peace and light be upon you all, from both me and Mac, Hampshire Hog Hunters. Take it easy.
Bye bye.
Yeah.